Hello. So we have been talking through energy and mindset a little bit and want to transition into the physical side of health. But the reason we always start with mental is because it does not matter what is going on over here. If your mental health is not in a good place, you're still not going to be healthy and you're not going to be in alignment with your life's purpose you are here to serve. That is just what I believe. And for so long, I thought I couldn't get a body I felt confident in and have my mental health. I thought one or the other had to suffer, and it doesn't. That's not to say, oh, I have the best body confidence ever, because I don't. And that's just the reality of it. But the things that I started implementing on a mental level was able to just project how I'm feeling and give me that healthy relationship with food to now make changes for myself on a physical level. Mental health first, then we'll worry about transformations. So, what I'm going to share are 4 eating strategies that work with your mindset, depending on what phase of the game you're in, and they are all ones I have used and have benefited me at different times. But what I will say is every single one of these is going to have a con, because any of it can get too restrictive if you are in a restrictive mindset. So here we go. Number 1 is intuitive eating. It's very much eating when you're hungry, stopping when you're full. I like to think of this as the way a kid eats. They don't put too much thought really into it. Like, when they're not hungry anymore, they lose interest in food. If they ate too much, they just don't feel good and don't want to eat. It's not this restrictive mindset. I like to think of this as like when you have to pee. You don't think like, oh, gee, I shouldn't pee. No, it's a bodily function. There's not too much thinking into it. So the pros there is it's going to be sustainable long term. And you're going to be very much in alignment and in tune with your body. So those are the pros. The cons, I will say, is if you are in a place where you're not eating very healthy as it is, like it's like more a habit change, you might need a little bit more structure in place. So there is strategy number 1. What I'm going to talk through is the strategies now from least structure to most structure. So next would be a servings-based approach. And what that is we learned this kind of in grade school where, you should have so many servings of fruit, so many of vegetables, so many of protein, things like that. So what I would say here is in the right portion sizes, you can have great body composition changes, as well as you're getting that nice variety of foods in there. So the other thing that I would say are more the cons is now if you're saying, oh, I was going to have, 4 servings of vegetables today and I want 5, but like I can only have 4. Like there's where that restrictive mindset is coming in at, which can be a con. Now, another con of it would be some people need more of certain things than others. So for instance, you might be somebody that needs a little bit more protein than the average person, or you might be somebody that is allergic to dairy. So it's probably not a good idea for you to be having, 2-3 servings of dairy. Also, activity level factors into it. So there's just so many different components to that. So there would be eating strategy number 2. Number 3 is a calorie-based approach. And most people that are getting started, you always hear of people counting calories. And when I first ever thought about, I'm going to go on a diet, when I was like in 8th grade, which is, younger than that, which is crazy, but that's another story. So I get sidetracked, can you tell? But when it comes to calories, you can totally disregard nutrition and lose weight. Bagels and cream cheese, Pop-Tarts, like that's what I was doing to lose weight, which totally disregards any form of nutrition. That's not to say that it can't fit in to your healthy lifestyle, because it can. But when you're like trying to make changes, like what I'm trying to get at is you're not going to see body composition changes with it. Like there's such a thing as skinny fat, and that's where it comes from. I'm going to eat as much junk as I can and eat my calories. Yes, you will lose weight. No, you will not feel good. And no, you are not serving your body properly. Ta-da, my TED Talk. Number 4 is going to be the most structure in place, which is a macro-based approach. And with this one, you can see drastic body composition changes. It also allows for a little bit more flexibility. Now, the con of this is you are weighing and tracking about everything. And you can get really out of tune with your body's natural hunger signals. I would also say that about calorie counting. Like you can just get very much into the numbers and not really in tune with your body. So that is kind of the 4 eating strategies I wanted to talk through. There's pros and cons to every single one. I do believe long-term everyone's vision is to get to that place of intuitive eating. But depending on what phase of life you are in right now, there's other eating strategies that might work, better at that point in time. That's not to say you choose one and you do it the rest of your life. Like there's different strategies to implement. So, and the other thing is you have to have like a nutrition 101 foundation. So I am going to drop a couple things here in the comments for you, but I hope you found this helpful, beneficial, and if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. Thanks.